Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's show. And again, thank you for joining us on this Friday. No matter what time or which zone that you are in, again, you are on Latoken's VCTV. And on today's show, we have a very interesting project. Now, that's MoonTrust.net, MNTT, the token ticker. And today with us, we have Lin Ching Wang. So Lin is actually the core team of MoonTrust. I'm going to have him introduce himself. But before that, again, just a little housekeeping before we start now. Uh, I would appreciate, and we as the Token team would actually appreciate if you can support us with some of the future contents coming up. Do drop us your feedback. Tell us what you want to hear, what you want to listen to. Like and subscribe and share if you find this show interesting. Without further ado, my name is Terence, and this is VCTV. So, with us today, we have Lin. Lin, a quick introduction from your side before we start.
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Lin. So I'm the part owner for MoonTrust. We have started the MoonTrust journey since this year. It's been we have been working hard to improving our app. So when we first initially launched our first version of our app, the feedback we got was that it wasn't really good, which we took that to heart. So now we're building a V2 app, which will hopefully that will meet the community expectations.
Great. Welcome, Lynn, to today's show. And again, before we start, I think for the benefit of everyone out there who's watching us or listening to us from whichever medium that you are from, again, tell us, Lynn, what is Moontrust token and what is the Moontrust app? Give us a ecosystem brief on that.
Sure. So we originally Moontrust app as a Wemo. So if for those who are in the US, we have a major payment fiat currency payment app called Wemo. So basically, users are able to send and request money with US dollars from their friends. So which acts as a very convenience for them. So for example, if people go out for bars and drinks, they can then split the payment by sending each other money online. So, but for Moon Trusses, we saw that's very convenient, at least for us in the US, but we want to transfer that to the crypto world. However, what we notice is that in the crypto world, all of these services that were currently available are mostly custodian, right? But the whole point of crypto is decentralization. So we aim to build Moontrust as a D app so that have the same kind of functionality as Wemo, so people can just send any type of token. So right now we are building support for Binance Smart Chain, so we offer the ability so that if you are on MoonTrust, you can send and receive any kind of tokens in Binance Smart Chain using your friend's user ID. So you don't have to keep asking your friends what is your public address, which is very long string, and you can easily people can easily mess up whether by accidentally deleting a character, and if you send that, that's gone. But whereas if
Hmm.
you use a Moontrust, you know for sure that's your friend. You can add him. You can even chat him, and then you could directly send him your whatever token, whether it be stablecoins, BNB, or Pancake to your friend directly using our interface. You will then get a prompt from your favorite software wallet for the final confirmation. So you're actually not using us to transfer it. What us as a platform, it just helps you write that transaction, and you as a user still needs to confirm it using your own personal wallet.
Hmm. Right. I think that's an interesting way to look at it. And again, before we start
Hmm.
going deep into the whole discussion today, a bit of a disclaimer as well to all of those watching us and listening to us today. This is not financial advice, of course. Trading in crypto or any of our products and services may carry its sets of own risks. So do it at your own discretion. Again, that's out of the way. Uh, Going back to the project itself, as I noticed, this is a community-driven project on its own. What's the plus points of that, and why have you chosen that approach?
Sure. So, I mean, I'm also like a little guy compared to to the rest of the VC funded projects, right? So we initially came up with this project to see how far can we get, which is community driven. So that's why we launched the project without no private sales, no right listing, nothing, just a full public sale using DXL. So we list there, and with 100% of the circulating supply, people can buy that, and then the revenue we got from DXL, we put all of that into the liquidity pool, so that then can guarantees the price going forward, and that also provides liquidity. um, so actually, so from the perspective of building the app and running our servers, that have must mostly come out of our own personal money. So we actually didn't so far, because our market cap is small enough, it's too small to even fund development. So that's coming out of our own project. The reason why we want to do it is because we want to see how the community can help us grow, because we actually want to build a platform. So for us, the community is very important, and that's why our platform have chat services, so group chats. So if
Mhm.
we understand that we are just one of the many thousand crypto projects out there, so we actually want to create a platform where anybody who holds the same token, for example, if you hold Pancake, right, you can there will be a Pancake channel in our platform, and if you hold Pancake, you can join this channel, and within this channel, if you chat on it, you will see how much Pancake they have, right? For some people, that's a privacy concern. That's why we have privacy features, but for Pancake, we're not worried because we know that's a legitimate project. But what if a project, say another Moon coin or another Shiba coin come out, right? Maybe Baby Shiba or whatever Shiba, right? Or Rocket Shiba, and it's a new project, right? Then new investors coming in, they may be worried. Okay, the person hyping that up, is he real? Is he a bot, right? At least from our end, when we launched MoonTrust, we realized that a lot of our users could potentially be bots, and
Mm.
they may actually want to use our token to pump and dump, right? But
Mm.
but if you have a platform such as MoonTrust in the future, if somebody's trying to pump this or hype this up, you can literally see how much tokens they have. If they literally own
Mm.
zero tokens, right, then it's a pump and dump, which is much
Mm.
more clear. Whereas if somebody is trying to give critical advice and that person owns a significant amount, then it makes more sense to listen to that person. Whereas if a person is trying to give negative feedback but he doesn't even own any tokens, doesn't really make sense.
Mm. Yeah, and that makes sense as well. That clarity is also quite important in today's world, in today's projects. We see a lot of that coming up as well.
Right. Yeah.
And
So for us is we're all about transparency, right? So we think we have
mm,
nothing to hide, right? Obviously, some people may do. So this
mm,
product may not be the right thing for everybody, but for those who have nothing to hide, I think this is a nice niche case for them.
mhm,
It's just like LinkedIn, right? So LinkedIn also offers privacy features, right? So how we will utilize Moontrust tokens in the future is that if be similar to LinkedIn, is you will have the option to hide how much tokens you hold, but
mm,
so we will block out the amount, and you can still chat. But that's why we have specific chats that have entry limitations, right? You have the public one, which is as long as you have all more than zero. But then you also have certain tiers that if you need to have a minimum amount greater than
mm,
10 or 100, just an example. And
mm,
so that way, that also helps project owners for different projects that's using our service have confidence that, okay, this person actually have this person or this holder is my main community because he believes in it, he holds it. So I need to provide whatever service that I promised to them. But that person
you're
can
right.
also use our token to hide how much they own, just so that to provide a non privacy for them.
Got it, got it. And scrolling onto your webpage and also your white paper itself, you have something called a tax revenue.
Hmm.
Tell us a little bit about that. How are you positioning it? How are you using it?
Hmm.
And perhaps you can touch a little bit on tokenomics as well.
Sure,
I bet lots of our listeners out here
sure.
would like to listen to that one.
Sure. So initially we got the idea of tax revenue from famous tokens such as SafeMoon and other projects like that. We thought it was a
Mm,
very interesting idea because it could help fund future development. Because if if we just have sell tokens normally, then it becomes inflationary. Like a lot of tokens such as Pancake is inflationary. Even if it's inflationary, we really don't want to go down the route of being an inflationary project because at that point, might as well just hold fiat. Um,
mm,
so for us, we really want to make our project deflationary or at least a fixed supply. And one of the ways to balance how can we keep this project running while keeping this deflationary is to ensure a fixed amount of income in the future.
mhm,
And one way
mhm,
to do that is to have a tax built-in tax revenue in our token. So currently the tax revenue is split into a distribution pool. That pool asks us to decrease the tax. Right now, we have hit almost the theoretical limit. So that basically means is that normally we have an average tax rate about 10%, but because we hit that pool limit, the tax rate is about 5 to 6%. So that means this helps future investors coming in. So they're not really going to get taxed on the full amount. They get taxed half their amount because of they get taxed 5% less because of the current pool. That pool acts as a tax decrease. And then the other pool is gets sent to us, the MoonTrust team, and we use that money to help fund for certain day-to-day operations as well as product liquidity.
mm. Right. And for all of those who want to know more about that as well, it's documented on the webpage, the white paper,
Hmm.
and you can find them on both our websites here. One is letoken.com, of course, and it's scrolling down on your screen if you are watching us. There's another one, of course, the project's website, which is moontrust.net. That's MOON Trust, TRUST.net. Uh, Continuing on that point itself, Lynn, talk to us about holders' confidence. I mean, what can people expect from the project? I mean, I want to get into your ecosystem. What can I expect from it in the coming months?
Sure. So right now we just launched the production testnet of our app. Um, so in this case, well, what if the so far it's been good? So in the next couple of weeks, may hopefully by the end of the month, we will do the first final release, so that we will migrate the test link to our main website, and from there, people can come in and start using our service. Um, we hope that because MoonTrust is backed by actual products, that will give value to our project, right? Our first app, the V1 app, is already out. You can use it. Obviously, we'll have functionalities such as friend lists, group chats, and private messaging.
Mm,
That's coming out on the V2. We hope to aim launching the final version um, by the end of the month. But if you really want to use the app right now, is in the production. Uh, for Binance Smart Chain, you can check out our test link in the Medium page. This is actually production, so it's live. So if you use it, you'll be using real BNB. So make sure to be careful of gas fees and this gas that you're setting. Um, but keep in mind that when we migrate the app to our main webpage, your username will be deleted because this is a beta. So your information is not safe. So if you have friends that's using this, you will have to re-add them when we launch the app.
Hmm. And what are your other priorities for the next 6 months on the app, on the token itself, and within the community? Could you
Sure,
tell us more about that?
sure. So in the next few weeks, we hope to iron out some bugs in the app. So we've been fixing versus minor bugs in the app. And after that, we want to introduce governance features, right? Obviously, we will hope the chat rooms to be decentralized. So we need to come up with ways that the community can moderate the chat rooms themselves, whether for their own projects or for between their friends.
Hmm.
So we're trying to come up with a function to kick and ban people that you want. So it's gonna be like a wolf system. We haven't finalized that design process yet, but we're working on it. So just to give a rundown, this may change, obviously. We're hoping that let's say you are. We realize that a lot of moderators in a lot of crypto communities is a lot of them don't even hold the token. I don't
Mm,
know about other projects, but I wouldn't feel comfortable to have a moderator who doesn't even own MoonTrust tokens to moderate our chat. So to a way for us, a way to solve that problem is if you can kickstart a voting process to either ban a user or to kick a user, for example, the user spamming or just a bot, then it will require people to vote yes, and that threshold needs to be a lot higher, maybe say 50 times or 100 times higher than the person who's causing trouble. So
mm,
that way, that person, if he's a real holder, maybe a dolphin or whale, he's not
mm,
kickable because
mm,
in order to be, you have to find somebody. You have to the amount of people who vote to kick him out has to be way higher than what he have, right?
mm,
That's the main plan. But if he's just a person just trying to cause trouble, he obviously won't have any token, and anybody, literally anybody, can kick him, right? If he has just one token, whereas other people
mm.
have just hundreds of thousands, he's just gone, right?
Yeah.
But whereas if he's a mini whale, it's really hard to kick him, which is true, right? Because he obviously invests. He's a major believer of MoonTrust, right? So
Mm,
it's not in his best interest to cause trouble. So anything that he says maybe is probably criticism that the team needs to address and have a solution for it, right? You can't just ignore that. That's also for his, is for the greater benefit. So we think that this kind of decentralization will strive to improve both holders, which is making it community driven, and as well the project team.
yeah, that's quite interesting, actually. And I think I hope that that should work in your favor as well.
Yeah, I hope so.
Uh,
Because nobody's doing it, we really don't know where it's
yeah,
gonna go.
yeah, that's quite interesting. Another question that kind of propped up as well is will Moontrust expand to support other blockchain networks? Can you tell us more about that?
Sure. Yeah. So we're actually making preparations for that. That's why in our testnet, you may see um, we'll actually have certain wallets such as Coinbase Wallet and Wallet Connect. As you know, Coinbase don't support Binance Smart Chain at all. They only support ETH, right? So whilst that kind of addition there uh, to our application extension is just to prepare for us to support Ethereum network in the upcoming months. So we want to take this step by step. So our first priority is to finish Binance Smart Chain because it's cheaper. So if we run transaction tests, won't really cost us $60 or $30 a pop. So it's much feasible. But once we iron out the bugs in Binance Smart Chain, we're gonna start supporting Ethereum, and after that, we're gonna support other chains such as Cardano. We put Cardano very high out in the list because we think it's a very nice project.
Hmm. Yeah, I think you got all the usual suspects in mind and in line as well. So that's
Mhm.
a good thing. Again, touching on your roadmap a little bit, talk to us about anything that you want to highlight there, or even some major events coming up on your side or within the community.
Sure. So obviously, because we have to make the V2 app,
Mm,
we had to pause a lot of advertising campaigns because we didn't. Because for us, advertising isn't about trying to get people to buy our tokens. For us, advertisement is about getting users into our platform. That's our main priority. We want users to using it. We don't really just want holders holding up our token without doing anything with it. So that's why we pause marketing campaign until we finish the V2 app. Once we launch V2 app, we will have marketing campaigns to get us to get people into our platform to start using it. We'll also try to reach out to new projects coming out, or maybe new project owners to see if they're willing to use our platform instead of Telegram. That's the whole purpose of having group chats is for new project owners. They are probably curious is who are their whales, right? I mean, I know some projects have whale channels just so that the project owners can keep the whales happy and making sure to have feedback from the whales.
mm,
And but the thing is, a lot of these projects is the whale sell, and it's very hard. It's literally impossible for them to know if a whale sold or not, and that whale can then just stay in there and maybe cause trouble. But the thing is, the project owner may not know that because they may think that he still owns it. But the thing is, the whale may be a non-factor now because he actually gave up the project.
Mm.
So that's our
Right.
main one of the main thing, right? We hope to take some a little bit of market share from Telegram in the crypto side,
Mm.
because I know Telegram Discord is like a heavy favorite right now, but
Hmm.
we as a newcomer could potentially disrupt that.
Right, right. And I see that as well in the coming future for you guys over there. Talk to us a little bit about your community, perhaps. What do you want from them? I mean, how's your wish list like? I mean, what do you
Sure,
want from your community? How do you
sure,
want them to support you?
sure. I just want our community to actually get on the platform and use it for feedback, right? We've been struggling trying to get feedback from them. A lot of them just likes to or talks about the price versus, I mean, human nature. So it's been it's been hard for us to get some feedback. So that's why sometimes we get feedback from our friends and family and also from third party who actually don't own OneTrust. But hopefully, when we grow, we hope to have our community members actively testing in beta phases and trying out and giving us feedback. Obviously, some people doesn't want to go through the issue of beta testing because until this month, our test was all on Binance Testnet. Some people don't want to connect there. All right,
Mm,
so we hope that with the launch that's coming out at the end of the month, our community will hop on, and they will then provide us more valuable feedback because we think that with feedback, that's how we grow. But without feedback, we really don't know where we're going. So we need community guidance in this case.
right, right. And that makes sense as well. And kind of looking at that, Lynn, perhaps you want to share your screen and let the community know how and what they are missing out if they don't.
Sure, sure. Let me share my screen 1 second.
Yeah, sure. I think this is a good time to kind of give us a tour on what MoonTrust is all about. Yeah, be patient with us if you're viewing us. I think this is a good time to perhaps stop listening and get viewing.
All right. So can you see my screen right now?
Yep.
Okay, so you can get this the Testing account from our Medium page. So far, please use MetaMask. These three wallets are for in preparation for Ethereum support and other blockchains. So currently, just use MetaMask right now because we have Binance Smart Chain in this beta. So what happens is because I already created my account, I just need to log into my MetaMask. But if you're a first time user, you will be asked to create a username linking to your mobile device. So the reason why
Mm,
we have mobile device is that this is two-factor authentication. So now in order to log into this to our app, um, you should have access to your mobile device and your software wallet. So that way it protects users. Because in this case, we want to make sure that people don't try to log in as pretending to be you and try to get money from your friends. All right. So this is when you log in, you have a account. Your privacy settings is in the main page. You can choose your own image. Um, that's
your
all. This
profile
is
picture, everything is
right. The profile
editable
picture
there.
is over
Yeah.
there. Yep.
Yeah. Mm,
For the most part, what you're probably concerned about is payments between your friends. So very similar to Venmo, is you can request money from your friends or send money to your friends. And if you do, you will show up under whether it's between friends or you or in the global, right? So in the global one is if you don't turn off your privacy setting, then people globally will be present in the global. But if you have
mm,
your privacy setting on, then you could have only your friends can see it, or just between you as private, right?
mm,
So just to give an example, I could do a new payment. So we support our app will automatically scan all the tokens that you have in your wallet, right? So this is
mm,
all the tokens that I currently have in my wallet. Um, you can then say anything, whether it's BNB, the main BNB, or MoonTrust, right? So in this case, let's do MoonTrust. And if
mhm,
I send one, right, I just find a random user. You can go by recipient can be a phone number, or the recipient can go by a username. So
mm,
if I do a username, the same thing, and then you can select the username. If you messed up, you can choose someone else,
mhm,
right? And this will do a search, and you get their profile picture will also show up, and then in this case you can say what's this for. Uh, free MoonTrust token. And then if you can press pay.
Mm-hmm.
And then from here, you will get a MetaMask confirmation telling you the details, right? You can see this one MMTT. And if you press confirm, you're waiting for MetaMask to go through.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Once it goes through, the app will also tell you. So just give it a second,
Right. It's fairly simple.
right? So right in this case,
Yeah.
right now you get we see that in MetaMask confirmed. The
Mm-hmm.
our page, our app also picked it up. You can then our app then can show you to view this on the blockchain explorer. If you click on this, it will load BSC scan for you.
Hmm.
And you can click on finish, and then you can see that I just gave between me right now today, um right here, I just gave somebody MNTD right here,
There we go.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
now to follow on our discussion of chat groups from before, right? So in this case is we have people chatting on testing here,
Mm-hmm.
right? So in this case you can see how much. So what I'm saying is in order to chat here, it becomes very transparency is a concern, right? So that's why is when you chat here, you really want to know how much tokens they have and whether they're valuable or not. And this is where it's coming from.
Hmm.
And you can see this is a pub. This is a chat room where you must have one MoonTrust token or more to join. I can also create other custom chat groups. And also, for example, I have BUSD here, right? So you could join the BUSD channel and then you can test. You can see people have BUSD,
Hmm.
right? Or for project owners, they probably be concerned. They may want to create their own custom groups or their own private groups, right? You can create groups, do APC, and then you can your pictures is required, mm, and you can select, and then this will and then it will ask you which token you want to do, crypto you want to do. Right now we have this is currently displayed as the contract address, but we will change this to display the token name as well as just the token name, so it's easier for the users.
Yeah.
And this will have the amount. Let's say so in order to join my new test group, I want you to have this amount, so whales only,
Hmm.
and then you can create group, and that'll be it. But I'm not gonna create this. But that's just so far how the gist of our app.
Hmm. Yeah. It's a fairly straightforward app. It makes sense. It's quite easy to use by the looks of it, and I would encourage all of you out there to check it out. Now, again, there's two ways to do this. You can trade the MoonTrust token MNTT on our exchange. It's latoken.com. Just type in MNTT, and you will be there on the page. It takes you less than 2 minutes. You can sort it out, do all your buying, selling, trading, keep it, use it, get in touch with the founders, learn the ecosystem, and use the app. That's how it is. That's how you support the project as well. And Lynn, I think with that, that's a good way to kind of get people introduced to it.
Mhm.
Any last words, Lynn, before we go?
Right.
Is
I'd
there
like to
anything that you want to highlight? Yeah.
not to highlight, but I just want to give our thanks to La Token for providing this opportunity and providing thanks to Terrence being a great person. I hope everybody supports La Token as well. They have been great to us, and I hope everybody have a nice day.
Yeah. All right. And with that, folks, again, thank you for joining us on this Crypto Friday chat. Again, with us today, we had Lynn. If you have missed the earlier part of the show, you can always stream our recordings on all your social media channels. We're there. So, again, click like, subscribe, and share if you found this interesting. Again, get in touch with the ecosystem, get in touch with the project. Lynn is available. We are available. And with that, thank you again. See you on the next show. Bye, everyone.
All right.